So yeah, Yaftik is definitely where my heart lies in the comics.
Yeah, if you want to get into voiceover, you got to do it because you love it. You can't do it because you want to be rich and famous, especially because you're legit doing a job that people don't know your face.
You know, in my comic, there's a number of sentient computers and video game consoles that have happened over the years.
I should have a film. I thought it was going to be the end of this year. I think it's going to be next year. There should be a film called Badness coming.
I think we're up to 6 Star Wars children's books now that I've illustrated.
I'm here!
I'm here.
The dork behind the drawing. Oh, no.
Yay!
Don't look him directly in the face.
I draw cartoons for a living, and you can't tell me that the stuff that, you know, that we're producing nowadays is just for kids.
Kevin and Kel is now the longest running webcomic. I started in September 1995, and it's never missed a day since.
When I announced that I was voicing for Inuyasha's daughter, everyone was like, what? Like,
that was all well and good until, you know, I was giving Phil a ride one day and he said, so how's your boyfriend? And I said, well, we're breaking up. And Phil said, oh, really?
Hello, all you beautiful cats and kids out there in YouTube land. Welcome to Planet Flipside Creators Corner. I'm Vixen Littlepaw. I'm hosting tonight. We have to say, we love you, doll. We know you're sick. We wish you were here in person, but we're glad you're in the comments. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, first we have up the street, Savage Mel.
That's a me. Hi,
lady.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing okay. Everybody's used to me going, I'm great. No, I'm doing okay. I woke up kind of sick this morning. Thank you all for giving me a reprieve from the coffee chat, and I slept so I could be ready for tonight. So thank you so much, everyone. All your good wishes were wonderful, and I appreciate it. Now start sending them to Doll because she's got the dreaded booga booga, and I want her to come back.
Yeah, we need her to get better.
Next up is Cherry Bomb Pop.
What a fuckers! Oh wait, this isn't Cherry Rants, but it is the first Creator Corner of 2022.
Yay! So, how you doing?
I had an hour and a half of sleep last night, and I think the caffeine is still running through my system since this morning. I haven't slept.
Great.
But hi,
boop.
This is my snoot.
Boop your snoot. So today's guest, I'm so excited to tell you, is Steve Conley. I'm going to bring him right up. Hello.
Hello, sir.
If you like to laugh, you need to go read his comics.
Yes. I finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
I need to know when the next episode comes out. I'm like a crackhead now.
Monday or Tuesday.
Every Tuesday?
No, it's I'm not onto a set schedule yet this year. Okay. It will be.
Oh, okay.
I'm catching up.
Okay, because Tuesdays are our day off, so that's feasible.
Perfect.
That means you have plenty of time to read it.
Yeah,
but if you subscribe at Webtoons or Go Comics, or I don't know if you have an ancient RSS reader, you can point at my website. And
Google had the best one; they got rid of it, and I'm so mad to this day.
I totally agree.
It was my favorite.
He's speaking Greek, and I don't understand it.
It's okay. You can ask Cubby later.
I won't. Okay. I'm going to dive into nerd. It's like, no.
No, I'm a nerd.
We are here for it. Go for it.
Absolutely here for it.
Loving it. So, tell me about your comic strip.
My webcomic is called The Middle Age. It is a knight who is in love with a dragon, and he has a cursed sword which hates him. And kind of a buddy comedy about a cursed sword and the hapless knight. It's also about a love story between a knight and a dragon, and a lot of other dumb stuff. And it's been running for about 5 years. It is it's the best received thing I've ever done. It's gotten some Eisner nominations, some Ringo nominations, an NCS, which National Cartoonist Society nomination. Right. It's lost them all, but it's gotten the nominations.
Right.
That's worth it right there, I'll tell you.
It's totally free to read online. It's, again, on my website, on Webtoons, on Tapas, on Go Comics, on my...
the link is in the description below, people, and if you don't do it, you're going to have to deal with me.
Uh-oh. Cherries on your butts.
I can't thank you enough for helping spread the word. I really appreciate it.
We love it.
We love it. I have not laughed that hard in so long. It's not even.
Oh, that's the nicest thing.
And it's so much fun.
2022 is starting off really nicely. This is great.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, hubby and I were just talking today and how much we love it when people, we are comic files, for lack of a better word. We just love comics. We have tons that we read. And when somebody says they like what we're reading and we can start an exchange, it's a whole new world. And so when Sherry was like, everyone has to read this, it's great. Both of us went, yay!
Yes. And typically, if I don't like something, I'm like, don't do it. But if I like it, I'm like, you better.
Yeah, she's an honest critic. She really is.
Yeah. I know you love me on your butt, doll. So my main question is how much... Steve's like, what? So
I'm clearly not keeping up on chat or something.
That's okay. Sometimes it gets weird in there.
How much did D&D influence this comic? Because there are a lot of similarities.
Probably a lot.
Okay.
I played D&D ages ago, like Blue Box. Like I'm horribly old, so I played it with the blue like ages ago, and then hadn't played. I played a bit in college, maybe advanced D&D, AD&D before 2 came out or 3. I don't know. Anyway, I recently picked it up again during the pandemic because sheltering in place and
because you can.
We have an RPG tavern. I'm just saying, you're more than welcome to come join. I'm sure Vixie won't have a problem.
I would love that. Maybe one or two. My current DM would probably go fly into a fit of jealousy. But
I'll bring the DM. They'll be fine.
Bring the DM. We always need an extra one.
Bring everybody. It's fine.
Look at how she pulls my table up.
But D&D, it influenced it a bit because The Hobbit influenced it, and because of Lord of the Rings influenced it, and because of tons of terrible fantasy movies when I was growing up. My Beastmaster probably influenced it.
I loved Beastmasters.
That was one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, and Dragon Slayer. Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Dragon Slayer. A lot of people don't know that movie. I'm old, so I remember when it came out. Good movie.
So all that stuff influenced it, and mostly it was that I was working on a new project. I had this idea I want to do a comic strip. It's like I hadn't done it in ages. I want to do one. I was at a Renaissance festival, and I was one of those muggles there. Everyone's in costume, and I'm like a shirt. Like,
I was gonna say, I
love it.
And but it was something about seeing people dressed as knights and wizards and all this stuff, but also having a Coca-Cola or like a Pepsi in their hand while they're, a staff in this hand and a Pepsi in the other. And that combination is like, oh yeah, I should do something, not that I don't bring modern culture into the story, but I can just have fun with it. And
but it doesn't have to be so serious.
Right.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I will. I'm like this guy who's stuck in his studio all day long, and you put it at me. Suddenly, I'm like,
no, please bring it.
Yes. So it was. I don't know. I'm sorry. I won't interrupt Cherry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, don't apologize. We're here for you. For me, the comic it gives the comedic side that D&D really needs when people get serious about it. For me. Because you've got this shit-talking sword and this knight that is being hunted by King Arthur because he fucked up real bad. And just the relationship between the sword and the main character, because like I said, I'm really bad at names. I don't ever see them, and I could be very wrong because you obviously are the author of this. I don't ever see them separating. They're always going to find an excuse to stay together because as much as the sword hates the knight, he still has to stay with him.
Yeah, that was I don't think I won't say spoilers, but I mean there are certain points like this is a cursed sword, and the difference with this and other cursed swords is not a curse that the person who picks up the sword gets. The sword is cursed to be stuck with him. So it's the sword who's stuck. And at one point there's a moment, the hero, Sir Quimp, the protagonist at least, Sir Quimp, the sword down or the sword's knocked out of his hand, and he's like, well, I'll just walk away from it. I don't need this guy in my life. But then he's thinking, he is pretty useful. He's
well, at this point he's not going to stay. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll just say this. They absolutely need each other at this point.
I love you, Cherry. You
and
spoil
that's
stuff
part
all
of
the
it too.
time.
Is that
Always
begrudging respect? I don't know. Maybe
begrudging respect. Yeah, I like that.
I think honestly, what's going to happen is the sword's going to have a mental breakdown at some point and be like, "Look, dude, yes, I care about you as a human. Yes, you're my friend. Don't fucking tell anybody I said that, or I will kill you."
I'm not going to cop to it. Ever.
That's me right there.
You just have to get back to the tree of love. It'll be okay.
And I do have to say that when the baby dragons were brought in, the first second I saw them on the screen, I was like, "Oh, those are his kids."
Did you? Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
It was just a gut feeling.
There's again, spoilers for everybody, but there was a notion of someone was asking about this. I do like a video stream on YouTube and Twitch. Just basically, I'm just people talking. And the question from somebody was saying, does it bother you when people figure it out? And my thinking is that maybe 20% of the audience should figure it out, because 80% will be surprised with a revelation of, oh no, it's and 20% will be, I knew it, and that I knew it feels just as good as the surprise. So
it does,
right?
20% don't get it. I haven't put down enough
foreshadowing.
I haven't signified it or foreshadowed it enough. I'm at that point. I'm keeping too much stuff under the table and sharing it with the audience the way I should.
The point when Quimp was unconscious, and the sword told the half elf, "Don't tell him I said this, but he is useful."
I love it when the sword takes control when he's knocked out and just starts like mass murdering things. Wait.
And that's because you like to kill things.
That came out of the idea that I wanted to have the hero in every episode. To me, if you were reading Garfield and you pick it up and it's just John talking to Odie, then it's not a Garfield comic strip. I felt like with this, Quimp needs to be in every panel, every episode, and so far on every page he's been there, except for two now. And those were way late in the story, like 200 episodes in. Finally, I broke the rule, and that's okay. But initially it was like, I wanted stuff to happen that he knew about. So the only way to do that would be to have him way in the background and something was happening in the foreground. He was out of earshot. Or I was like, knock him out. And so then the sword takes over. And
it was epic.
Oh, wow. So it came out of need to have a subplot that our hero wasn't conscious of. So yeah, it worked out really well. And then I got
the biggest giggles out of like when he wakes up and he's like, "How long have I been asleep?" The sword's like, "Time conception is a bad thing. I don't know, days, weeks, whatever."
He's almost infinite in age, so he doesn't have the only thing. There's a clue in the sky. The phases of the moon change a little bit.
So, what is up with the duck?
Lord
Waddlebottom. He's the Lord of all ducks. He's the
kind of like,
nobody can understand him, and
he's
kicking ass.
It feels very much like the old Chinese tales of the Cat King, is what it feels like.
That's like he has a lot to do. Well, okay, so I'm writing the story. The half elf was in the story early on. Like it's the typical. Right. This whole story was like, okay, this is gonna be 80% familiar, so people can just slide into it, and then 20% weird. And the hero gets the sword. He's going to the town. He'll go to the tavern. He'll meet the wizard. All this stuff is cliche. But I'm like, okay, I'll go to these places, and then pull the rug out from people. And we're waiting for this great warrior to show up and track her. And initially it was going to be the half elf. But at some point there was a joke panels earlier that he speaks Duckish. And so that was the only reason why it became a duck. And so when the great warrior shows up, it's this duck. And it's just, partly the inspiration is the penguin Feathers McGraw from the Wallace and Gromit. Wrong Trousers.
Wrong Trousers. I love that.
Bowling pin that blinks. No emotion at all. So I love that. And so here's this duck who just shows up. I mean, everyone who talks about him says he's great. And it's you really don't see him doing for the longest time, except, and that was the thing Orson Welles said about a character. One of his first productions he was in, he played this character who wasn't even in the first half. So the entire first half of the play, people are talking about how this character is great. He's a great character. He's a great man, blah, 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 blah. And at the end right before out steps this guy and they go, oh, it's him. And then at the intermission, everyone's talking about how great that character is. Who hasn't anything? He just barely showed up. That's kind of leading into Waddle Bottom up tremendous. He doesn't do anything.
He's out there kicking dragon ass.
Yeah, and then later on, I had to pay it off. I couldn't not show.
Yeah, there had to be something.
It was great.
And the only reason why the dragon survived is because he was pulling his punches. Yeah.
I love it.
Was pulling his punches on a dragon.
It's so easy to talk to people who know the story like I do it. Like I know it. So yeah.
Of course.
Like I said, I'm that kid that does all the homework at the last minute. It's so I can remember it. And I don't have to take notes. I have to mute really
there's
quick.
me who takes notes because I'm crazy. There was a question I had. So, Melwin, the wizard, inspiration point there? Is there an inspiration point there, or did you just need that character?
No, I knew he was going to be a wizard. I wanted him to be, wizards are weird, wizards are wacky, and I wanted him to. In some ways he's a little bit like a DM, where a lot of the players are trying to get answers out of the DM, and the DM has to be evasive because the players are trying to say, okay, well, how do we beat this guy? And the DM doesn't want to tell you how do you beat this the big bad guy. So I had to make sure. What I like about him a lot, he was designed to be this unreliable source of information, so that he'll come into the story, you'll ask him all these questions, he'll tell you all these things, and maybe some of them are true, and
right.
That gives me wiggle room as a writer to not test an idea, but he's just a great character. He's so fun.
Yeah.
He says crazy stuff.
I love his hair. I don't know why, but I really love his hair. It reminds me of a crescent moon.
That's exactly
it does.
That was
I live in Kansas. It reminds me of a field of wheat.
Part of the design of the comic character is to make sure that their silhouette, when you see them, when it's just, where they're very small or you can just see their outline, you can identify them. And part of his design was the crescent moon. The plumes of hair kind of came out after a while, and the mustache, but it's still
great. I love it.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of, like I said, I laughed really hard with this whole thing. And one of my favorite parts was when the sword was talking to Quimp, and he said, "Your heart looks like a loaded baked potato."
Yeah.
I was just like,
"Damn,
that is great."
So there's a lot of insults. I mean, if you check out my website, this isn't over on Webtoons or Tapas, but if you go to middleagecomic.com in comics, I think that episode in particular has a ton of kind of outtakes, all like the list of other insults that he didn't use in that instance.
That's awesome.
Like I'm gonna have to look that up.
Like the poster boy for ugly around the posters. Just there's a
the sword shit talking game is on point. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a. Oh, that's great.
She is a good Stephanie. I almost tried to say her name. Is it Faux Stephanie?
Yeah. I like that. I've been saying Phosphine.
That's what I said. Oh, Phosphonate.
Well, I just thought it reminded me of Persephone for some reason, so that's just what I associated with.
And I only settled on the pronunciation because at some point there is a haiku, and her name had to be 3 syllables long. So,
okay.
Good a reason as any.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Mel, our English major.
No, not even close.
Okay, the correction of my bad English.
Yeah, okay.
The translator of mine.
So true. It's funny.
I am the linguist of the group. How about that?
I translate to English.
But the story starts with our hero meeting the sword for the first time, and it starts with our hero's walking through the woods. We haven't really set up what he's doing, just walking through the woods, and he finds the sword that he's been after, and it's embedded in this dragon skull, which is kind of this sword stone kind of thing, but not, since it's a gigantic dragon skull. He ambles up on top, grabs the sword, tries to lift, and it comes clean. He falls back, the sword flips out, and embeds in right in his chest, and that's on page 1. And that's sort of how that's their relationship in a nutshell. It is, and that's why suddenly I was like, "Oh, he's inside his chest. He could probably have a pretty good view of his organs.
What's going on?"
Heart looks like a baked potato.
The blood slurping sword, not the blood eating sword, not the blood slurping.
Slurping.
And every time it gets near something, all I can hear is, and I'm like, oh.
You just gave Mel nightmares for a week.
And then he tells you what their blood tastes like. That is way beyond my imagination. That's for sure. It's great.
But hey, we learned if you put the right things on baked potatoes, they're not a vegetable.
Yeah.
They cease never having been in them.
They cease never having been a vegetable.
So they're suddenly meat, or I don't know what they are.
They're whatever he deems them to be, other than vegetables. And the scene in the tavern when he orders his drink, and he's like, "It's milk and half and half." And then
milk and cream, which was half and half.
So was it half and half? Yeah, that was.
And then the wizard orders a Jabberwocky, and I was like, if nobody catches that reference,
you know they're going to be in trouble with me.
Oh. Did you just catch that reference?
No, something else.
Oh, she got it. I was going to say,
I'll save it for later.
Mel.
Okay.
Please, I already knew that.
Please.
But it just reminded me of the movie we saw today. The opening sequence was
Sing 2.
Basically Alice in Wonderland. Allergy
in Wonderland?
I am Alice in Wonderland.
And I thought of you. I was like, at least they would love this opening.
I have a chess set from the 1950s. It's Alice in Wonderland.
Wow.
That's how much I love Alice in Wonderland.
That's awesome.
So whenever it's referenced, people are like, "Did you see that?" Yep, I did. Just one of my things.
I can't believe I didn't think to bring that up when you asked me how the movie was.
Well, that's okay. You were going to tell me later.
All this forehead.
All this forehead.
All this forehead. Still can't remember.
Aether's dietary habits coinciding with certain dragon hunters.
Could be. No spoiler. I will not reveal.
Look at that smile, though.
I know he's Prince Aether indicated that he was, we indicated he was a nibblemancer. I think we said that, like he's a food magician.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've said yet whether or not he.
So you don't know if you just released a spoiler or not, which is perfectly okay.
I'm not. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Thank you. That was the best answer.
Accusations.
But we're getting close.
The best answer.
We're just entering a scene now. It's 270. So 273. The king is back in. We see him again for the first time in a long time.
Well, that's true.
Since the town he was in ages ago, around episode 50. So for about 170 episodes, we haven't seen him except for a flashback, I think. And so there's going to be some. The blood. Oh yes, he did.
That's where hubby decided he knew everything that was going on right there. He was like, if anybody missed that, they're wrong.
And I feel like I have to the readers' minds because it has been such a long time. I don't know how many readers will Craig will be like,
well, yeah, since he's got the memory of a steel trap. Holy shit.
It's
like, I remember that because in 1999 on a Tuesday, I was wearing green socks.
So it's good. God forbid I screw anything up. I know that Craig will catch me.
He will tell you too.
That's great. I love that.
He's told other people he won't be. He'll be like, just a question, but did you mean?
Excuse me. Pardon me.
He'll tell you.
I love that. I haven't had to make a correction. I've corrected some typos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I haven't
typos
had
are nothing.
about.
But storyline, he will question that. He'll be like, just a minute.
Excuse me.
I have to reread it from the beginning all the time. There are 2 collections now, and I reread them all the time.
Wait, these are on hardback too?
Yes.
What was that?
They're on hardback?
Yeah.
Yes. There's a link. If you follow the link that I put below, which is the one I think I gave you.
Yeah.
If right at the top.
No, I didn't use the link. I just Googled.
Where to get it.
Covers are available from Amazon, and hardcovers are available from my own site.
Oh, Amazon comes to my house almost daily.
This is true.
They have soft covers, but the signed hardcovers are just from me. I like hardcovers and work around. So.
Ooh, we probably need to talk about the loot box later. I'll send you an email.
We have a huge giveaway that we're trying to get together. We have everything. We just have to get it to Vixie when we hit 500 subscribers. And we've gotten a lot of creators from different walks of life to help us out with that. So that's probably what she's hinting at, which makes me really cranky because now I really can't put in entries for the box.
For you.
That's fantastic. How close are we to 500?
105. We need 105.
No, we were we got up to 395 today.
I can math.
No, I knew last night we were at 393. So
no, we had a whole bunch last night.
It's probably because I was live on TikTok screaming about.
Were you live on TikTok?
I was.
Cherry
for a little
screams
bit.
and we get new followers. It's great.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. She's a screamer.
Mouth of the South ain't got shit on me. What?
You stream on TikTok and it brings them over to YouTube?
Yep.
She tells them to come.
Nice.
We're on other platforms. Next to our names are different social media platforms. I do a lot of Instagram. Cherry does a lot of TikTok. Cherry and Doll both do a lot of TikTok. I try to do TikTok. I'm not as cool as they are, though.
I'm a little TikToker. Oh, Jimmy Slate.
Prepared to be shunned by
He's
Mel.
prepared to be shunned by me.
Yet again, Jimmy won't get Mel's glasses for the week.
Sorry, Jimmy.
It's okay, Jimmy. We still love you. So, on that note, yes, the link is down below if anybody needs a copy. If you want a softback, there on Amazon, but if you want a hardback, you need to get a hold of him.
Watch.
And all that information is there.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Hold on.
She wants it. She wants it right now.
She wants it right now. Let her go. She's like, forget it. I love you all. I'm doing this. I knew that was going to happen. Cherry's a lot like me. When we want something, we get it.
It's in the cart.
It's in the cart.
Fantastic.
That quick. Dang.
Oh, no. Hold on.
Mel can't do that just yet.
No, that's not.
Young
I
Precious
got 3
Love.
other things in my box right now, too.
You're such a smart ass.
I would never.
I would never. We are going to take a moment for.
Wait.
Studio identification.
We need you to verify this, Steve. Is this really happening?
Platform identification. So if anybody needs to go potty or get a drink.
Well, Amazon
It
doesn't.
will be here
buy
on the
Steve's
12th
book.
through the 13th.
Yay.
Go buy Steve's book while you're at it.
That's fantastic.
Go buy the book while you're at it. Go to Planet Flipside Market and get yourself a shirt. There's only 2 there right now. Next week there'll be more.
Mine should be here tomorrow.
Are you excited?
Oh,
I
Liz
am.
showed me her hoodie this morning.
Yeah.
She said, "You're not on it." I said, "I'm not the original trio."
Not yet.
Not yet. There's a new one
But
coming out.
what I was telling her is I
There's
wasn't a
new
part of the original
picture.
trio, that I've only been
Yeah.
around for short of a year. And she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh." okay.
She knows that. She's been. Oh, anyway.
It's Liza.
Anyways,
honey.
we still love you. We'll be back in a few minutes.
6.5.
Catch you then. 6.5.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Dude, crap!
Make a bunch of eyes on my face.
I would do like probably your eyes and then 2 more sets.
Oh no, there's gonna be 3 on each side.
An enophile is a connoisseur of what?
Can I phone a friend?
Nah, right? No more dead. Dakota, if you're dead, you're dead.
See, that's all your stuff.
Increase. Do this 5 times for 36. And then the next, it's just completely fucked off to me. Like, it's not a normal...
Different time, stranger place. Step out into the room, feeling electric blue. I just wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance with you.
Good evening, Planet Flipside. How are you this evening?
Yeah, but do you know the area code for Dawson's Creek, or the zip code for Dawson's Creek? 901 away.
So, Richard, tell me.
Yes.
Why are you here, Richard?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Oh, I do. Hubby and I have been reading his comic for, I don't know how long.
Hold on.
A long time.
Wait a minute, Richard, you have a comic? You have a comic?
And it's linked in the description below.
This was not rehearsed.
No idea.
Lately it's been hard to feel anything kind of real. Different time, stranger place. I get one look from you and my chest goes boom, 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 boom.
Oh, fuck you all. You blew me the fuck up.
That wasn't nice.
That was me. You're welcome. Shit, that was bad. Go away. Go away. God!
We're all gonna drink it.
Yay! I can't.
I got to chop a goblin in half, dude. That was the best shit ever. Like, just, and it was done. It's done. Goblin dead, done.
I just wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance with you.
Go ahead, say it again.
Dobby's tiny asshole.
Someone hit the alarm. Heart on fire, lighting up after dark. I hold my breath, but it's still gonna catch a heart on fire. Heart on
Come here.
Not that
You're mine. You're mine.
heart on fire, lighting up after dark. I hold my breath, but it's still gonna catch a heart on fire.
Hey y'all, don't forget to support the channel and get some really great gear.
Planet Flipside Market is the place for merchandise. Support the channel and get great gear. The choices are amazing. Get something nice. You deserve it.
Be good to yourself and to the channel. Just do it.
Pasen por Planet Flipside Market para mercancía increíble.
We are all made up of the stuff of stars, and that makes us extraordinary creatures. Find your spark, ignite your passion, and make your dreams come true. I believe in each and every one of you.
People make time for what is important to them. That's why we're here.
I got a heart on fire.
Remember, if someone tweens you, it's only because they're jealous. There's no other reason.
No matter what life brings you, you're one tough cookie. Don't forget, trolls taste like chicken. And love your fellow humans, even if they're stupid.
Kelly, bye!
If it makes you happy, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Do what makes you happy.
I got a heart on fire. Someone hit the alarm. A heart on fire. Lighting up after dark. I hold my breath, but it's still gonna catch us.
Remember, confidence is power.
Heart on fire.
Welcome back.
Hurrah!
So are we all good?
Yeah.
We have our own dragons. Did you see that?
Yeah, those are my dragons.
I got him to go get water.
Oh,
break.
you lost your audio.
Shit.
Sorry. I muted it because I didn't want to accidentally say anything over the audio. My mic was live. But I really like that. I like that music track a lot.
Oh, thank you. This is one of the things that was the best money spent. Is I pay for a subscription to Soundstripe, and I get all of our music that I use. Everything is copyright, so we don't have to get in trouble.
Soundstripe.
Soundstripe. They're my favorite. It's a good.
That's awesome.
I'm a research person. I researched for 2 years before I settled on them.
Speaking
and they have
of
good
research,
stuff.
Cherry.
What?
Did you order from Amazon or from Steve's website?
From Amazon. Because I had 4 other things in my basket.
So it's easy.
But you don't get the signed copy.
Well, ma'am, it's not like I'm not going to be able to contact him and say, hey, if I send you this, will you sign it? And I'll pay for shipping back too.
No, don't do it. Don't. She should have bought the other one. There's even a discount code right now. It's 25 off. Use it.
Where roughly? I don't want to. Where roughly on Earth is everybody?
I'm in Kansas.
I'm in Florida.
Florida.
Well, Florida. I'm in Florida too.
Florida. North Florida.
Okay, I'm on the East Coast. I'm like in the middle.
I'm in Jacksonville. I'll say Jacksonville. I'm in Jacksonville.
I'm north of Daytona.
Oh, okay. You're not that far
We're like
at all.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I'm just south of Titusville.
No, y'all are boom, 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 and I'm way the fuck out here.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
I meant
can't
the 3
sign-
of us
I
in
won't-
Florida.
It's unlikely we'll be at an event to sign the book for you. I'm sorry. But,
No, it's
but if
okay.
you-
Like I
if
said, I can
if
get a
send
hold
me
of you
book, I'll
and I
sign
can
it.
send it to you. And I
I'm
can
trying
pay for
to
shipping
get
back.
everyone here to go to the next year's playlist or something. So I'll let you know if we all get there or not. I'm trying to do a panel for playlist one year. I wanted to do it this year, but then COVID hit last year. I was trying to set it up for us to do it. And if y'all don't know what playlist is a convention that's mostly
Influencers.
YouTube and cosplay. Like those two cross, but a lot of YouTube people go to that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun, but there's all different kinds of people who go to it. It's not one of the big conventions because it's not a singular.
Me and Vixie will find a corner, and that's where we'll stay the whole time.
That's what I did last time I went. It's crazy. And the convention center, the newest convention center, which I was there when they broke ground for it. I didn't realize how big it was going to be, and it is absolutely freaking huge. It's its own town. It is huge.
Which one was that?
The newest convention center in Orlando. I think it's called.
Oh, right, sure.
I can't remember what it's called. It's one on International Drive, but it's as big as a little town. It's huge. And then the main building is like 19 stories, 22 stories, something like that, of just rooms. So it's crazy. Anywho, so you do events like that, like cons and stuff?
Yeah, there's actually 2 in Florida I'm doing in the next weekend. There's one in DeLand.
I didn't know there were any going.
They're because it's Florida, they're not like checking, for negative tests and things like
Florida
that.
Doesn't care.
Florida doesn't care.
But they do. They do.
Florida made it up.
They do have enforcement. So, and the last one I did, it was
not here. They don't.
Not in
Not here. They don't.
No, but the events themselves do. The ones I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So, I mean, if you want to come in the hall, you got to wear a mask. And I told them, people, if I start feeling weird, like if I start getting uncomfortable, I'll leave.
I'm out. That's
right.
Done. I'm the same way. If
I have a dinosaur mask. I'll tell everybody it's a dragon. They won't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're it's a comic convention. Everyone should be really comfortable with people who wear masks. That's what.
Yeah. Right.
So when the pandemic hit, I started making what I call the Mortal Kombat masks.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that come up to your nose. And I got so comfortable wearing them after a while that I've got all sorts of them. I've got Hello Kitty. I've got one I love wearing in public because it's got little skulls and crossbones and people just look at me strange. I had to wash that one because of the latest. We just got over COVID in the house, so that was fun. It's okay. We survived.
Yeah, it was short. They did good.
It's going around my workplace pretty heavy right now.
I started with an upper respiratory thing around the 10th of last month, and then my trucker came home. We saw his dad. His dad called him the next day. We don't see his dad but once a year. His dad called the next day, said, "Hey, I tested positive next week. Justin had a really bad cough," which is my trucker. He went on Christmas Eve, got tested. They called him on the 26th. He said, "Yeah, you have COVID." And we were running a show, and he came in and he said, "By the way, I'm positive." And I was like, "You're not pregnant?"
Like in the middle of a show. You're not pregnant.
You're not pregnant. It wasn't we're thinking it was we don't know which variant it was. It hit him harder than it hit me, which is strange because I have an autoimmune disease.
I was gonna say, which is weird,
but I still have no sense of smell, which is great because I can't smell nasty trucker stuff.
Did you lose it from getting from it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you had it before. I've never really had a good sense of smell. So if I got it, and I wouldn't.
I quit smoking 3 years ago on the 4th of January, and that definitely kicked my sense of smell back in. And when we started getting sick and we finally figured, he came home, he said, "Yeah, you had the fever, you had this sense of no smell," but I never lost my sense of taste.
Well, that's debatable.
Which is,
you don't have to.
I mean,
that's debatable.
Well, I do hang out with you guys more than my own family, but that's a whole other story. But I think the worst of it was really the fever because I can deal with not having a sense of smell.
Yeah. When I have an autoimmune deficiency also, so I wear masks. I wear masks if I'm out in very big public places before COVID ever hit. So the last playlist I was at, I wear the black ones from Japan with the different like lips and skulls and crossbones and stuff on it. And nobody even batted an eye at playlists. But whenever I went to any grocery stores, the little old ladies would come up to me and say, "Where did you get those?"
That's great.
Japan.
I ordered them. They came from Japan.
And then then a month and a half later, COVID hit. And people did not like when I wore my little black masks. They made them nervous.
Fun story real quick. I went out during the break to go get water, and this is what I was trying to say when my audio went out. And I came in and I sat back down, and do you know when I sat back down?
You spilled your water?
I sat down at the moment when Mel was talking about Dobby's tiny little asshole.
One of my favorite outtakes.
Yes. It's great.
You and Doll almost stopped
lost
breathing.
Our shit.
Yeah.
You almost stopped breathing. You were laughing so hard. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff.
Speaking of which, next week is Cards Against Humanity, folks. Just so you know, open table. Decks. We'll put the link in the Discord if anyone wants to play. Come on over to the table. We get raunchy, let me tell you. Just forewarning you.
Even a family-friendly deck.
Yeah, because I got that one for Tiny Mel for Christmas, and she's like, "It's a lot of butt jokes."
Muriel uses the family-friendly one, and I swear sometimes it is worse than my black deck. And that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
some of it's like, now we do, some stuff is even too raunchy for us, and we do throw away cards. We're
Yeah,
like, oh no,
we
that
do
one's
throw away cards.
never.
Yeah.
Ever.
So, do you have any upcoming projects that we can get some insight on?
It's just the middle age for the time being. I am going to be, well, there will be another Kickstarter. Each one of these books is
If there's an NDA, it's okay. You don't have to talk about it.
No,
We
no,
understand
no.
those.
It's more like this story is kind of going to be ongoing. There's a big book 3. There's currently the two soft covers, the 2 hardcovers, volume 1, volume 2. Volume 3 will wrap up kind of the big first story. Our hero and the sword, and no spoilers here. That there's more story to tell in this world with characters from the story. The shape that those characters take after the end of the story, the relationships and all that stuff, that that will be resolved. But there's more to do after this one.
Right.
So sort of like I already know where the next one's going. So the next there will be more of the middle age after this particular adventure wraps up. And so that's the next big project, but there'll be continual Kickstarters because that's how it's done. These are all made possible thanks to my darling Patreon and Kickstarter supporters.
We'll have to look into that Kickstarter.
Yes.
So everyone, don't forget Kickstarter.
And then the new thing is going to be oh, that's great. Thanks, Craig. But also there will be there's a push this year for Patreon, and I think the plan is that I will be doing a sketch. I do most of my work digitally on an iPad, but I do paper sketches. So I want to do paper sketches and basically say, sign up on my Patreon and I'll mail you the sketch. So it's going to be it's going to incentivize me to draw on paper, and it's going to be, I'll put this up online, and hopefully someone's going to be like, I want that, and we'll become a Patreon.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I hope that's a way to
We're crazy about it.
because if I could get my Patreon up to 1,000 people, I would be like, I wouldn't have to do freelance. I would.
That's what we keep talking about. We have to start a Patreon because all of us want to be here all the time, and we have 16 shows now a week?
Yeah, we do 16 shows a week.
Aren't you here all the time?
We are here all the time, except for Tuesday.
Tuesdays are only day off, but some of us would like to get paid.
Oh, right, because YouTube needs 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Right. You definitely have the hours. My goodness.
Yes, we do have.
I'm here for the shits and giggles of it all.
Most of us are in the beginning.
You want to pay for the internet. You want pizza. It's like, right.
I'm on keto.
And while we're on this subject, down in the comments below, you can buy the table coffee. If you do during the show, you will get a shout out, and all of those proceeds go back to the channel so that we can, because it does cost us money to actually run the channel.
We do have a merch line. There's a link for that below as well. Once Vixie is feeling better, I'm sure the new merch will be up.
Yeah,
I have a link for a merch site for myself from TikTok. That I have stated multiple times, any orders that go through, all of the proceeds from that, when they do the payout, go into the channel. So Doll has an Etsy shop that she runs, that the proceeds come back into the channel. And I've sent her a huge box, and Vixie sent her a huge box of stuff for Etsy. So we're trying to get to where we need to be. It's a slow run, but we're going to get
black. There. So we're at least out of the red.
Yeah.
It's a slow climb, but we'll get there.
But we're here for the long haul.
Or question. I'll phrase it as a question. So why is Cherry's merch not linked below?
Cherry's merch is linked below in her beacon.
It's in her beacon.
No. People don't want to go through that.
Oh, okay. Well, because Cherry never mentioned it.
We need to make it more accessible.
I've mentioned it multiple times, ma'am. I've been caught.
I know where the link is.
They argue like a married couple.
But people want easily
accessible. You got room to talk, ma'am.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Look, you did it right. Yay.
Beautiful.
I did it. I have a problem with things being mirrored, so
you're getting better.
If I was in the middle and say Mel was on this side of me, I would point that way at Vixie because it confuses me. Because
it's taking a while.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah,
you did it.
Good. You got it. Steve
is
on this.
See, I did it. I didn't do it. Yeah, you're good.
You're good. That was awesome.
I get lost in circles.
Study, that's for sure.
She just wants to play Hollywood Squares one day, and so she's practicing for Hollywood Squares.
I thought we were all signing up to be the Brady Bunch.
Can you do that? Can you have a grid of 9?
I mean,
we can have a grid of 10.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh.
well, yeah, yeah.
Can have up to 10.
You could give. Can you superimpose graphics? Could you give somebody X, give someone O? Fantastic.
Here, I'll show you actually. Now that you asked,
It's not an X, but you know.
it's not an X, but you'll get the idea.
Are we going to see Flip? Where's Flip?
JJ
There's Flip.
Bullock.
Look, there's. No, wait, there's Flip. Where's Flip going?
Oh wow, that's great.
That's Flip.
Yeah, we
He's-
got all
he's our
kinds of fun
station
stuff.
mascot.
Here's another.
That's
one.
Hubby's doing. Hubby animated our Flip. That would be Craig. That would be Craig, just so you know.
Hold on. Wait, Vixie, put him back up. I am Planet Flipside.
I love your intermission. The video
Oh,
intermission.
thank you.
That's fantastic.
That took
That was
freaking
all
ever to
Vixie.
make.
Yeah, Vixie did an amazing job with that, and the music, it never gets old.
No.
It's inspiring.
I sing along every time. I'm over here bopping.
That
You can't
song
see
took
me, but
me. I scrubbed through all different kinds of music for about 2 months before I found that one and went, that's the one.
It's great.
I'm terribly picky about stuff like that. So
Was it a 6.5 minute track that you found, or
Yep.
was it like? Oh wow!
Oh no,
thought
I
you
edited
looped
it.
What's that?
No, I edited it.
Oh wow!
I
Edited?
made it and pieced it together. I'm an audiophile. I can't. I had to fix it. Actually, it's 3 different tracks because when you get different songs, you can get it with instrumental, with only the high pitch, the hi-hat or the basses, and then you get the audio, the full audio with the vocals over it. So I took all of those and
Vixie's a wizard.
Put them together. So thank you.
She doesn't put everything in her beard. She puts it all in.
Yeah, my beard's too thin.
Mine too. I had to pluck it out today.
Maybe it'll come back thicker. We're hoping. And we'll have storage area.
I keep shaving, but it's just not happening, man. What do you want from me?
Mel's like, I can't believe you guys are talking about this.
Like she should expect anything less.
You're a dwarf.
I am not.
I am curious, Steve, about on average, about how long does it take for each episode?
About 2 days. About like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 to 20 hours to do. It's all me. So I write it, letter it, the whole, and then I have to upload it and slice it up for webtoons and tapas and Go Comics and all that. And it's gotten more and more labor intensive as I've gone along. And initially, it was designed for efficiency. It was the guy walking around talking to his sword. It's like the minimum amount of work to draw. I have to draw one, and he's holding a sword. It should be easy. And before you know it, he's traveling with a whole party. There's I've got to learn how to draw.
I completely understand.
It turned into a lot of work. Glad. So now the color's gotten a lot more intense. Initially, if you look at the episodes, it's very watercolory and very pastel. And then as it's gone along,
and then came the Gothic Knight.
And you also the things like his sword had runes on it from time to time, and the runes take me forever to draw, so they don't appear. I haven't yet come up with a magical rhyme or reason as to why they appear, why they don't appear.
But there's one.
Yeah, there is one.
But absolutely. It's there's a total logical reason why that it's usually because I'm exhausted and I just want to get
where
the thing
that came from.
posted. And I was much better at hitting my deadlines earlier. And at some point I realized, I can take an extra day to make it that much better. And my readers will play with it. And that has spoiled me. So I think I'd rather get back to 2 episodes a week. When it's 1 episode a week, I feel like every episode has to be fantastic.
Punch.
They're going to get it. And then, now I got to wait a week for another.
Yep.
But if it's twice a week, I feel like they can.
That's just when you restart from the beginning and don't bitch about it. Just tell them if you're mad that it's taking too long, go back to the beginning. It's fine.
Yeah, for those of you who stream TV shows, Just start over again. When you get to the end, the new one will be there.
But people like the schedule, like you found from your channel, and like my favorite YouTubes. It's like all my favorite YouTubes. God, do I sound like an 800-year-old man? My favorite of the YouTubes is the ones that I can set my hourglass, and on Monday I've got my I watch James Stephanie Sterling riff on video games on Mondays. I watch X on Tuesdays, Critical Role on Thursday, that sort of thing.
Oh, love Critical Role. It's a good one.
So I need to stay on schedule just because it's almost like out of courtcy for the readers.
Yeah.
And
well, who drew a fantastic duck?
I did draw a really good duck. There's a really good one. That it'll probably be the cover of a book. It'll certainly be the cover of my upcoming, not the 2 shows in Florida, but an upcoming convention. It'll be my booth backdrop that goes behind me. It's
awesome.
It's a fantastic duck.
You were telling us that you had 2 shows upcoming. One was in DeLand. What was the other one?
One is at the Central Florida Comic-Con, which I think is closer to Orlando. I could tell you the exact town, but it's Central Florida Comic-Con, and the other one is the DeLand Comic-Con. And Central Florida, I'll be there. It's a Saturday, Sunday show. I'll be there on Saturday, and on Sunday, I'll be at the convention. And the badges of the DeLand convention are actually going to have the middle-aged characters on it. I did some art.
Ooh, yeah.
That's awesome. A really good question.
Yeah, I got it.
Who is your favorite character? Oh, wow.
Who's the favorite kid? Come on.
We all have one.
I was going to say Vixen. I mean, if I have to choose 3, but
no. She was talking about the comic.
I know.
You're adorable.
I know.
I'm the one who's so dumb I spoil everything. Like we play Animal Crossing.
I had to pick somebody.
That was adorable. Thank you.
I know what she meant.
He was stalling for time.
I am stalling.
One more time.
I think it's got to be Quimp. I mean, he's just. I'm not
surprised.
He's just so. I have the most fun drawing him. His expressions. It often looks like his head's like this road cone. And,
it does. Yes.
And it's just dumb, and I love drawing it. Occasionally, there's a moment where it's like completely wrong, and I'm starting to giggle as I'm drawing it. So it's more about the fun I have drawing the character. Waddle Bottom is kind of, he's almost majestic. Bob is adorable and inscrutable, I hope.
Bob is insane, and he scares me.
Wow. That's high praise from Cherry.
Right?
That's high
when his head just came clean off, and it was what? Why is Bob's head gone? And why does he have so many arms? And why does he talk through sides?
Reading this and going, what?
Yeah. You scared Cherry. That's just impressive in and of itself.
I find the baby dragons are still very tough. I feel like I'm still hang of them and from every angle. Like I end up resorting to the 2 or 3 stock poses I know of them instead of really having.
It's going to take a little time. That's all.
So it's Nettle in, I want to say Yorn, but I'm probably pronouncing that wrong too.
Yeah, Niddles, and it's either Yarn or Jarn, either way.
Okay.
And the names from the characters come from a book. I want to say it was a famous cartoon, a very famous cartoonist. I want to say it was Mark Walker or Brett Parker, one of those two. It was the guys who did the Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Baileys, yeah.
They did like an encyclopedia of comic language, and it's kind of a joke book where they name all the silly things that appear in the next strip. And one of the things they come up with is that a swear word equals Grolix, and that became what everyone calls the swear word, which is like an ampersand and a dollar sign and a star. Right. So it became known as a Grolix. And among the various shapes, a Quimp is one that's shaped like a Saturn. And then there's a Niddles, there's a Jarn. A Phosphene is a highlight on a like when you draw an apple or a balloon and you draw that little highlight. Or something like that. I'm sure
he's never seen us play TKO on game night.
Hey, I know
you do great.
About.
I just throw hell no.
Was I rambling? Was
No. Well, TKO is a game we play on game night where we design T-shirts and you draw stuff, and then you put in different sayings, and then other people choose between the pictures and the sayings, and y'all vote on the T-shirts.
And make the T-shirt designs.
Yeah, and then the company
will print them. You can buy them,
print them, and sell them.
Wow.
To people. Jimmy has the biggest collection.
Yeah, Jimmy's whole wardrobe is TKO T-shirts because he just loves them, and we don't get any profits from them, but we love seeing people wearing our T-shirts.
Oh, that's
I want to grab one.
It's just a great thing. So there's all different kinds out there too. Some of them are just smart ass, some of them kind of promotional, and some of them are sick and twisted. So just like us, no problem. And some people go, they can't draw. Yes, you can. If you can make a line, you can draw. It just depends on where you go from there.
Right. There's no promise you'll be happy with it, but you can draw.
No promise whatsoever. But Bella's figured out that she has talents that other people don't. Like she can write mirrored images. Mm-hmm. So there's some cool stuff. And then I buy them, he says.
Yeah.
So yeah, he does have a lot.
Wait a second, hold on. I got
Oh, you went to get a couple of them, yeah.
So this one, I think this is my Morning Songs by Mel.
Songs by Mel, yeah.
So somebody drew that, and then somebody wrote that, and then somebody else put those together to be one T-shirt. But this one's my favorite one. It says only seconds
remain.
But it looks like a band shirt.
Yeah,
it does. So like I said, it's fun. It's one of our most watched shows is Family Game Night, and that's the last game we play every Family Game Night. So
that's what's really great about it is people are buying these shirts and they're walking around with our inside jokes on them, and they have no clue.
And some of them have no idea what the inside jokes are all about, but that's okay. It's cute. Like I'm sure there's like 14 different ones that say Dobby's little asshole, and that came from Cards Against Humanity night.
There are a lot that say #blame Cherry.
Yeah.
Oh no! There's also a shitload more that say #blame Jimmy.
Yeah,
it's all Jimmy's fault. Jimmy made me do it.
Jimmy's fault. Jimmy made me do it. Yeah, tons of them. So it's fun, But everybody gets a chance to try and draw. And you are more than welcome to come play with us anytime you want. We will send you the links.
That's great.
We do it
Everyone
Wednesday
needs
nights
to
at 9.
remember to go down in the description below and come to our Discord server, which is Planet Flipside Coffee House. If you go there, you'll get to actually know what's going on, because that's the only place we talk about everything all the time. There's also a lot of food porn. If you like food porn.
Yes, the food porn. Oh.
There are rooms for each and every show. So if you want to talk about RPG, Tavern, you want to talk about D&D or any role-playing games, that's where you go, and you will have tons of people who are right on board with you. There's Gaming with Vixie. You get all the video games you want to talk about. There's Cherry rants. If you want to give her ideas of what to rant about, she'll go on for an hour about anything. You just got to tell her what to start with. Just give her a sentence, a word.
Just get her started off.
This Monday is taken. I have the whole... Yesterday,
the whole thing taken, huh?
Yesterday, somebody, one of the girls that is on TikTok that's mutuals with me was talking about female drivers that are new to the trucking industry, talking about how the wives and spouses are nothing more than seat warmers, and you guys know how I feel about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hit a nerve.
What?
So she's gonna. That's gonna be a fun one. You guys need to go see.
I'm a huge advocate.
That's
for
Monday at 8
trucking
o'clock.
industry.
Just so you know, Monday at 8 o'clock.
My mom drove truck. She hauled cattle. Her husband still hauls. I have uncles and cousins that were in the industry. My spouse is a trucker. He's a 5th generation trucker. A good 75% of my friends and what I call family are truckers. So I'm a huge advocate. Since the beginning of the pandemic, I've been trying to contact companies and see what we can do for truckers during the pandemic. And I've worked with other organizations to get like hygiene packs and whatnot together, and hand out to truckers as often as we can. I've done it myself. People have sent me stuff to make packages to give out to local truck stops. So trucking is it's a very touchy subject with me because I'm a very big advocate, and I am the first person to stand up to a trucker and tell them when they're being stupid.
Yep. This is true. This is very true. Steve, I hope you had a great time, because I had a great time, and I'm really glad you're here. I hope you come back again sometime.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I really appreciate it.
Not me. I'm not nice.
But I said,
don't mislead anybody.
I said Mel.
You most certainly did not, and I will not forget that. Just so you know.
We'll fix it in post.
Okay. Okay.
So again, Steve, if you ever want to come back, just let us know. If there's anything new you need to promote, let us know.
Yep. And
you're more than welcome to come back and play with us on any of the tables. Just go to the Discord channel, then you know what's going on.
I will.
Okay. We'll see you later. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey, ladies.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I had a blast.
I think we had a great time. Did you have a great time? I had a great time.
Yes.
So,
at the end.
Mel, do you have anything to say to everyone? Quit licking me.
Do I have to?
No.
Quit licking you, that is. Yes. Remember that people make time for what is important to them. You're important. Steve's important. So go check out his stuff and buy books. You know, check out his other stuff. All of those good things. And I will see you tomorrow because you will be here. Okay, love you. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Cherry, it's your turn, Beth.
Oh, I almost said trucker farts taste like chicken. My brain.
Wow.
Charles, yeah. Welcome to the we might possibly be looking at a manic episode sometime soon. That'll be fun.
Let's
Trolls taste like chicken.
Together then.
Yeah. Love your fellow human, even if they're stupid. Don't ever trust a fart. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. I enjoyed myself immensely. I'm so glad you came. Remember that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time, not 10 o'clock, what am I saying? I'm not getting up that early. 11 o'clock Eastern time, we have the coffee house, and everybody's welcome to join the table. It's an open table, so that link will be in the Discord if you want to get up here and just shoot the shit and have a coffee with everybody. More than welcome to join. Tomorrow at 2, I don't know why is my
1
time
to 4
going?
your time.
1 to 4 my time? Is that right?
Noon to 3 my time.
Thank you for not leaving me. 1 to 4
I'm here for you.
Oh my God. I'm glad we're all family here. We will have the RPG Tavern. I think this might be their last go around until
this is the final
Brent keeps
finale.
telling me this is the last time, and then it's not. You guys just keep
he said last time this was our finalist finale.
This is our finalist finale. Okay, we'll see who he kills off. I don't think so. I don't think any of you are gonna.
I got magic boots, man.
I got magic boots.
I'm gonna kick the shit out of something.
Then
I'm gonna go
tomorrow
out
night
and blaze
at
a
8
glory.
p.m. we have Bitches with Switches. Come for the fun, stay for the violence. Watch us play Mario Kart, and I'll tell all the little whores to go to hell. Anyway.
One of these days, you're going to play Toadette so you can call yourself the whore.
No, you're the little whore. Anyway.
But you love me.
I do love you. It's okay. Just 50-50 split, okay? So remember, we're all made up of the stuff of stars, and that makes us extraordinary creatures. Find your spark, ignite your passions, and make your dreams come true. I believe in each and every one of you, and I'll catch you all on Planet Flipside. Good night!
So yeah, Yaktik is definitely where my heart lies in the comics.
Yeah, if you want to get into voiceover, you got to do it because you love it. You can't do it because you want to be rich and famous, especially because you're legit doing a job that people don't know your face.
You know, in my comic, there's a number of sentient computers and video game consoles that have happened over the years.
I should have a film. I thought it was going to be the end of this year. I think it's going to be next year. There should be a film called Badness coming.
I think we're up to 6 Star Wars children's books now that I've illustrated.
I'm here!
I'm here!
The dork behind the drawing. No,
Yay!
Don't look him directly in the face.
I draw cartoons for a living, and you can't tell me that the stuff that, you know, that we're producing nowadays is just for kids.
Kevin and Kel is now the longest running webcomic. I started in September 1995, and it's never missed a day since.
When I announced that I was voicing for Inuyasha's daughter, everyone was like, what? Like,
that was all well and good until, you know, I was giving Phil a ride one day and he said, so how's your boyfriend? And I said, well, we're breaking up. And Phil said, oh, really?